Now, I'll talk about your experience between Bloomberg, Amazon, and Google. Bloomberg being one of the oldest, I guess, let's say, tech companies that in this set and that probably exists right now. Amazon being a huge company as well, and then obviously Google being a huge company too. I'm sure the cultures between these three different companies are very different. Can you talk to us about like what it's like, differences between these three pretty large companies?
Yeah, Bloomberg has changed quite a bit now. So whatever I say may not be actually true right now. I left Bloomberg in 2015, so a lot has changed since then. But when I was in Bloomberg, it was a tech company, but it was also serving financial industry, right? So it has kind of like hybrid culture of tech, but also at the same time finance, meaning that some rigidness that comes with finance, like lack of flexibility in terms of timing, etc., which changed dramatically over time. Even when I was there, like work from home was a little more accepted than that. I remember when I was just starting out in 2005, there was no concept of work from home at all. Like even during snowstorms or whatnot, if you cannot make it to the office, then just take a day off rather than working from home. So it was that rigid. And I think because of the financial industry was like that. So it changed significantly after that. Also, another big difference is Bloomberg has a lot of proprietary technology. They have their own flavor of database and even their own JavaScript based things that they use for UI. So a lot of hardcore, like low level stuff, which is proprietary. But even now I've seen, and from friends I hear, significant shift in open source or even using the latest technologies that are out there in the market. So a lot has changed, but it was a little less when I was there. That is very different compared to either Amazon or Google, right? Like they are like Amazon AWS, obviously, and even in Google, like their search or their cloud platforms are very different from the having anything proprietary out there. And in terms of culture wise or processes wise, I think also there is difference. Not so much between, I would say, Google and Amazon. There is slight difference in terms of top down versus bottom up, meaning that in Amazon, it felt a little more top down, meaning that directors and above would make decisions on, okay, what should be the priorities for this year, and then you go and execute on that. That doesn't mean that developers don't have say in what needs to be done to, let's say, reduce tech debt or betterment of the tech stack, etc. But generally, it would weigh more heavily on the top-down approach. Whereas in Google, it is slightly more bottoms-up, meaning that developers are a lot more empowered to kind of whatever, like propose their different ideas, even though they were not originally considered from the top level thing. That doesn't mean that directions don't come from top level. There obviously the directions are decided at high levels, but the actual projects or even large initiatives can come from developers. Bloomberg was a lot more top down. Like product managers would decide, understandably. Like again, I'm not like hinting at it, whether this is good or that is good. It is what that company needs and what problem they are solving. Right? Like they are obviously solving problems for financial clients, so obviously product managers would know more than the developers. But because of the proprietary technology side, that particular organization had a lot of say, and it was a lot more bottom up, because if you are proposing some changes to the technology, then obviously like people would be receptive to those ideas. But in terms of percentage wise, I would say it was more top down than bottom up. And then in terms of customer also, that was another big difference. Like Bloomberg is B2B, so they don't usually, I mean, you have to be super wealthy to afford a Bloomberg terminal for an individual client, right? But usually hedge funds and investment banks, they are Bloomberg's main clients, buy side, sell side, both sides. But Amazon, it is more B2C, so you're directly interacting with the customer. The same is with Amazon. So in these two companies, that was a lot different than at Bloomberg.
If you enjoyed this clip, make sure you watch the entire video, which has a lot more content just like this. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our episodes where we talk to leaders in the tech industry, from software engineers to product managers to engineering managers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also click the notification bell. And that's all the time we have for this week. I'll catch you guys on the next episode.